July 26, 1981. FBI agent Joseph Pistone sits in a Brooklyn basement with 6 Bonanno killers, planning a murder. The recorder taped to his chest captures him saying, "I'll do it Thursday." Thursday means killing Anthony Bruno Indelicato, a real person with a real mother. Pistone has 72 hours to commit murder or blow 6 years of deep cover. The man next to him, Lefty Ruggiero, has killed 26 people and calls Pistone his son. Dominic Sonny Black Napolitano just made him a capo, a mafia boss commanding his own crew. In 3 weeks, they'll induct him as a made man, the first FBI agent to ever take the blood oath. But here's what nobody knows. The FBI just ordered Pistone to vanish tonight. Not tomorrow, tonight, which means everyone in this room is about to discover their brother is a federal agent. Within 30 days, 2 of them will be executed, 1 will have his hands cut off, and a $500,000 contract will be placed on Pistone's head, still active today. Who dies vouching for him? And why did Lefty forgive him? September 15th, 1976. Joseph Pistone signs a document that legally erases him from existence. The FBI just deleted his social security number, birth certificate, marriage license, and every proof he ever lived. In 12 hours, his wife will tell their 3 daughters, "Daddy is disappearing." Because where Pistone is going, 1 wrong word means a bullet in the skull, and the FBI won't even recover his body. They're sending him into the Bonanno crime family with nothing but a fake name and a wire that could execute him if it shows through his shirt. The mission sounds impossible because it is. 5 New York families control $50 billion in illegal revenue, protected by a code of silence that's never been broken from inside. The last agent who tried infiltrating them lasted 6 days before they found him in pieces across 3 boroughs. But Pistone has one advantage that might keep him alive longer than that. He grew up in Paterson serving drinks in his father's bar to wannabe wise guys who taught him which pinky ring means made man versus federal informant trying too hard. He knows that ordering cappuccino afternoon marks you as a cop. He knows why Tuesday meetings mean murder planning, while Thursday meetings mean collections. But knowing mob trivia and surviving inside the mob are different games. What specific test will they use to verify his identity in the first 48 hours? The FBI's preparation borders on paranoid genius. Donnie Brasco, born April 1939 in Brooklyn, orphaned young, raised by an uncle in Miami who taught him to crack safes. They manufacture an arrest record in California showing he beat federal charges in 1974, acquitted on technicality, the kind of win that suggests good lawyers and better connections. They deposit $50,000 in small bills across 7 bank accounts, each transaction backdated and structured to avoid federal reporting. They rent him a 1-bedroom apartment on Mulberry Street where the toilet doesn't flush and the radiator clangs all night, because real jewel thieves don't live in penthouses. Pistone memorizes diamond terminology until he dreams in carats and clarity grades. He practices the Jersey accent that says, "I grew up connected," not "I studied this in Quantico." He learns to pick locks blindfolded because Donnie Brasco wouldn't fumble with lockpicks like an amateur. His wife Maggie and 3 daughters, ages 8, 11, and 14, pack their Hackensack home in darkness. The FBI relocates them to Virginia under assumed names. The girls will tell classmates their father travels for sales. Pistone knows he might not see them for months. From this moment, Joe Pistone ceases to exist, except in encrypted reports filed from phone booths and safe houses. There is only Donnie Brasco, jewel thief with connections in Miami, Pittsburgh, and California, looking to move stolen diamonds through New York. On September 28, 1976, Donnie walks into Carmelo's bar on Mulberry Street, orders a Cutty Sark neat, and starts fishing for wise guys. September 28, 1976 is Pistone's first night undercover. He walks into Carmelo's wearing $30,000 in fake gold and real confidence. The bartender, Joey Doggs, is a Colombo associate who reports every stranger to his capo. Pistone orders Cutty Sark neat, not scotch, specifically Cutty, because that's what connected guys from Jersey drink. He drops $500 on the bar, counts it twice, wise guys always count twice, and mentions he's looking for friends who appreciate quality stones. Joey Dogs studies him for 17 seconds that feel like 17 years. Then he says 8 words that could save or end Pistone's life. There's a guy you should meet, Lefty Ruggiero. Who is Lefty Ruggiero, and why does meeting him mean Pistone can never see his family safely again? Benjamin Lefty Two Guns Ruggiero has murdered 26 people and earned his nickname Lefty. Not from being left-handed, but from a botched hit in 1962 when a target's bodyguard shot him twice in the left arm, leaving it slightly crooked. At 51, after 3 decades in the Bonanno family and all his kills, Lefty never earned his button, never been formally inducted as a made man. This burns him daily. Younger soldiers who've killed half as many walk past him without acknowledgement. Now he's staring at Donnie Brasco's diamond ring, and something's wrong. Real wrong. The ring looks expensive, but the band is 14-karat gold, not 18. No self-respecting jewel thief wears 14-karat. It's like a surgeon operating with kitchen knives. Lefty's hand moves toward the 38 in his waistband. "Where'd you get this ring, Donnie?" Pistone's response saves his life through pure accident. Instead of defending the ring, he attacks it. "That piece of shit! Won it in a poker game from some mook in Miami. Look closer. The diamond's cubic zirconia, maybe worth 200. He removes the ring, tosses it on the bar dismissively. "I wear it to mark suckers. Anyone who thinks it's real doesn't know diamonds." Lefty's hand relaxes. This kid just admitted wearing fake jewelry. No undercover cop would confess to being a fraud. More importantly, Donnie's right. Under the bar's fluorescent lights, the stone shows telltale cloudiness of synthetic crystal. Lefty laughs. Actually laughs. "You got balls wearing fake ice around made guys." But why does Lefty's next question contain a trap that could expose Pistone immediately? "Tell me about Miami," Lefty demands. And this is the test. Not whether Donnie knows Miami, but how he talks about it. Cops describe cities like travel guides, neighborhoods, landmarks, street names. Criminals describe cities through crimes, which crews control the port, where to fence stolen goods, which judges take bribes. Pistone talks for 7 minutes about Tampa Tony's chop shop operation, the Cuban crews running cocaine through Key West, how Hurricane Elsa fucked up the stolen car pipeline for 3 months. It's all fabrication built from DEA intelligence reports, but Pistone sells it like memory. Lefty signals the bartender, "Joey, get my friend here a real drink." The rest of the bar notices when Lefty Ruggiero buys you a drink, you're either protected or about to die. Which one applies to Donnie becomes clear with Lefty's next words. "You know what your problem is? You got no friends in New York. Lucky for you, I'm gonna fix that." The friendship develops through calculated subservience. Donnie drives Lefty to collect loan shark payments, sitting in the car while Lefty breaks a debtor's thumbs with a hammer. Donnie never flinches, never judges, just hands Lefty a towel to wipe the blood. When Lefty complains about his son's drug problem, Donnie listens for 3 hours without interrupting. When Lefty needs $3,000 to cover a gambling debt, Donnie produces it in 2 hours, no questions asked. Each gesture builds trust, but also obligation. In the Mafia, every favor creates a debt, and every debt creates leverage. By December 1977, Lefty makes it official. "You're with me now. That means you earn, I earn. You fuck up, I die. You rat, I kill you first, then I die." The FBI has what they wanted, an agent inside the Bonanno family, but they don't understand what that costs. Lefty introduces Donnie to his captain, then his capo, then to Dominic's Sonny Black Napolitano, who runs half of Brooklyn's rackets. Each introduction goes deeper into the family and deeper into danger. What happens when Sonny Black discovers the real reason Donnie never brings his wife to family dinners? February 1978. Donnie Brasco runs 3 separate criminal operations generating $2.8 million annually, and the FBI films every dollar, every handshake, and every murder planned over pasta. But here's what headquarters doesn't understand. Pistone isn't watching the Mafia anymore, he's running it. With Lefty, he runs bookmaking operations that handle $800,000 in Super Bowl bets alone. Lefty teaches him the mathematics. The losers pay 10% interest weekly, compounded, And if they miss 3 payments, they break his fingers. If they miss 5, they disappear. With Sonny Black, Donnie moves stolen goods through Kings Court nightclub in Miami, a Bonanno-controlled venue that launders $2 million annually through inflated liquor sales and phantom entertainment bookings. With Captain Michael Sabella, Donnie participates in sit-downs, dispute resolution meetings where grievances between crews get settled without bloodshed. He watches Sabella negotiate the murder price for a union official who's cooperating with federal investigators, $25,000 plus a clean car and clean gun. The psychological fracture shows in small details that could blow his cover. Pistone catches himself humming his daughter's favorite song while torturing a debtor with Lefty. He covers by claiming it's Sinatra. He almost signs Joe Pistone on a birthday card for Sonny Black's mother, stopping his hand mid-letter. During a rare visit home, he tells the crews he's setting up a score in California. His wife Maggie barely recognizes him. He's gained 30 pounds from mandatory pasta dinners, speaks in the clipped rhythms of Brooklyn wise guys, reflexively checks over his shoulder every few seconds. He dreams in Donnie's voice, wakes up forgetting his real name for 30 seconds. The FBI psychiatrist documents progressive identity dissociation. After 18 months undercover, Pistone exhibits 2 distinct personalities with different speech patterns, different walking gaits, even different food preferences. Joe Pistone drinks coffee black. Donnie Brasco takes 3 sugars. But which personality will survive when both are tested? March 1979 brings the test through a single sentence from Sonny Black. "My FBI guy says there's a rat in our crew." Pistone's blood freezes. Sonny Black has corrupted federal agents, not uncommon when the mob pays better than government work. If this source identifies Pistone, he dies tonight. Sonny Black continues. "Someone's been feeding information about our hijacking routes. 3 trucks got intercepted last month. This is Pistone's intelligence at work, but he can't show knowledge. Instead, he suggests, maybe check who knew about all 3 routes." It's a deflection that points toward Anthony Mira, a soldier everyone dislikes. Within a week, Mira disappears, not dead, just relocated to Florida after Sonny Black's investigation. Pistone just saved his own life by destroying an innocent mobster's reputation. How many more people will he sacrifice to maintain cover? Understanding means recognizing the Bonanno family's internal fractures before they explode. By late 1979, the Rastelli loyalists, Sonny Black's faction, and the 3 capos, Sonny Red's faction, edge toward war. Each side courts Donnie, seeing his connections and earning ability as valuable assets. Sonny Red offers him a numbers operation in Bensonhurst worth $50,000 monthly. Sonny Black counters with a piece of his motion picture action plus protection to open a casino in Florida. Donnie plays both sides, gathering intelligence while avoiding commitment. Then imprisoned boss Rusty Rastelli sends word through his brother. He wants the 3 capos eliminated. Sonny Black begins planning a massacre, assigning roles to trusted soldiers. He tells Donnie, "When this goes down, you're either with us or against us. No neutral corners in a war." The FBI faces an ethical crisis. If they pull Pistone now, they lose the deepest penetration of organized crime in history. If they leave him in place, he might participate in or witness multiple murders. The Justice Department lawyers argue for days. Meanwhile, Pistone continues his performance, attending a December 1979 wedding where both factions pretend friendship while counting soldiers and weapons. Lefty, drunk on champagne, pulls Donnie aside. "After the war, when we win, you're getting straightened out. Made a full member. I already talked to Sonny Black. You earned it." The promise should thrill Pistone, the FBI agent. Instead, it terrifies Joe, the human being. Becoming a made man requires participating in a murder, taking a blood oath, accepting lifetime obligation to the family. The ceremony itself would provide intelligence no law enforcement has ever obtained. But at what cost? That question gets answered on May 5, 1981, when 3 capos walk into a Brooklyn social club for a peace meeting, and only one faction walks out. Who dies in that room, and why does their death seal Donnie Brasco's fate? May 5th, 1981. The three capos, Alphonse, Sonny Red, Indelicato, Philip, Philly Lucky, Giacconi, and Dominic, Big Trin, Trinchera, enter a Brooklyn social club for what they believe is a commission-ordered peace conference. Inside waits Sonny Black's hit team, 4 men with shotguns behind a false wall. The shooting lasts 8 seconds. Sonny Red takes 2 barrels to the chest. Philly Lucky dies trying to escape through a window. Big Trin bleeds out behind the bar. Within hours, the bodies vanish into a Queens construction site where they'll remain hidden for 23 years. Sonny Black calls Lefty from a payphone. The trouble's over. We won. Lefty relays the message to Donnie, adding crucial information. This makes Sonny Black a capo. I'm finally going to be straightened out. And you're on the list too. The FBI monitoring room erupts in controlled chaos. Pistone's handlers recognize the crisis. Their undercover agent stands 3 weeks from becoming the first law enforcement officer inducted into the American Mafia. The intelligence value would be unprecedented. Learning the secret ceremony, identifying every made member, mapping the family's complete hierarchy. But the moral cost is unacceptable. Induction requires making your bones, participating in a murder to prove ultimate loyalty. The Bureau's lawyers deliver an ultimatum: extract Pistone before he's forced to kill or be killed. Pistone argues for more time through his handler, Tony, using a payphone outside a Howard Beach diner. 2 more weeks. Let me get inside the ceremony, record the oath, identify everyone present. Tony's response: Joe, they want you to kill Anthony Indelicato, Sonny Red's son. It's already decided. Bruno Indelicato got marked for death at 33. Not for any crime, but for being his father's son. Mafia justice demands blood for blood. Sonny Black assigns the hit to Donnie personally, a test of loyalty before induction. Thursday, July 30th. Sonny Black explains over espresso at Toyland. Bruno goes to his girlfriend's apartment in Queens every Thursday and stays till midnight. Simple in and out. Lefty provides the gun and you do the work. Donnie asks about backup, because he knows refusing means immediate execution. No made member would reject such an honor. Accepting means crossing a line no undercover should cross. He stalls, claiming he needs to scout the location, study Bruno's patterns. Sonny Black agrees but sets a deadline. Thursday, no excuses. July 26, 1981. Instead of meeting Lefty and Sonny Black for their regular Sunday dinner at Casa Bella, Pistone sits in a Manhattan FBI office as agents prepare arrest warrants. The decision comes from Washington. The Operation Sun Apple ends tonight. At 8 p.m., a federal prosecutor calls Sonny Black. Dominic Napolitano. This is Assistant U.S. Attorney Barbara Jones. The man you know as Donnie Brasco is Special Agent Joseph Pistone of the FBI. Federal agents are en route to arrest you. The phone goes silent for 17 seconds. Then Sonny Black speaks one word: motherfucker. Simultaneously, agents arrest Lefty Ruggiero at his apartment. Lefty's wife later tells investigators her husband went pale, sat on their bed, and whispered over and over, "Donnie was my friend. How could he do this?" By midnight, the FBI has arrested 19 Bonanno members and associates. The family's leadership structure, documented across 6 years of surveillance, collapses in 6 hours. But the real destruction comes from revelation. The Mafia's vaunted security, its ancient codes and blood oaths, failed to detect a federal agent in their inner circle for 2,190 days. If Donnie Brasco could infiltrate them, who else might be wearing a wire? Which trusted soldier is actually a cop? The paranoia will prove more destructive than any prosecution. How many will die in the aftermath of Donnie's betrayal, and what price will Joseph Pistone himself pay for the rest of his life? August 17th, 1981. Dominic Sonny Black Napolitano parks his Cadillac outside a Staten Island house, removes his Rolex Submariner and diamond pinky ring, and hands them to the bartender from Toyland with instructions. "Give these to my wife." He walks through the front door, knowing he won't walk out. In the basement, 3 Bonanno soldiers wait with 38 revolvers. The commission has ruled that whoever vouched for Donnie Brasco dies for the family's humiliation. Sonny Black doesn't run or beg. He tells his executioners, "I knew this day was coming since the phone call. They shoot him 3 times in the head, cut off his hands, and dump his body in Gravesend Bay. The FBI will find it 2 years later, identified only through dental records. Lefty Ruggiero escapes Sonny Black's fate through ironic salvation: arrest. Hours before his scheduled execution, federal agents take him into custody on racketeering charges built from Pistone's 6 years of evidence. In prison, Lefty maintains omerta. He refuses to cooperate despite facing 20 years. Other inmates report him pacing his cell, muttering about Donnie. "He was like my son. I taught him everything. How could a son betray his father?" During his 1982 trial, when prosecutors play surveillance tapes of Lefty discussing murders with Donnie, Lefty watches Pistone testify from behind bulletproof glass. Their eyes meet once. Lefty mouths 2 words: "Why, Donnie?" But Pistone looks away. The jury convicts Lefty on all counts. He serves 11 years, gets released on Thanksgiving 1992, and dies of lung cancer 13 months later, never forgiving the betrayal. The numbers tell one story. Operation Sun Apple generates 200 federal indictments and 100+ convictions, devastating the Bonanno family for a generation. The psychological impact tells another. The Mafia institutes new rules requiring extensive background checks, family references, and multi-year observation periods before accepting associates. They ban anyone without Italian heritage on both sides, eliminate quick promotions, and require DNA proof of bloodlines. The paranoia Pistone seeds grows into institutional paralysis. The Bonanno family loses its seat on the commission, demoted from New York's 5 families to pariah status. Not until Joseph Pistone rebuilds the family in the late 1990s do they recover, only for Pistone himself to flip, becoming the first sitting boss to testify for the FBI. Joseph Pistone vanishes into a carefully constructed non-existence. The FBI creates an entirely new identity. Not just papers, but complete biographical history, employment records, tax returns backdated 15 years. His family relocates 7 times in 18 months, never staying anywhere long enough for neighbors to ask questions. The $500,000 contract on his life, raised from $50,000 after Sonny Black's death, remains open indefinitely. Pistone carries a gun every day for 30 years, varies his routes obsessively, trusts nobody who knows his real name. His daughters grow up unable to discuss their father's work, telling friends he's a salesman who travels constantly. His marriage to Maggie survives but never recovers. She spent 6 years as a single mother, raising 3 children while her husband lived as someone else. The FBI awards Pistone the Medal of Valor and a $500 bonus, standard hazardous duty pay, insulting given the operation's scope. He testifies in over 100 trials, each appearance requiring weeks of security preparation. Between court dates, he writes, Donnie Brasco, My Undercover Life in the Mafia, published in 1988, which becomes a bestseller, and later a film starring Johnny Depp and Al Pacino. The movie bothers Pistone. Too much sympathy for Lefty, not enough recognition that these were killers who destroyed lives. In a 1997 interview, Pistone addresses the moral complexity. Lefty was a murderer who killed a lot of people, but for 6 years, he was also my closest friend. Both things are true. That's what deep cover does. It makes you hold contradictions that would break most people. Today, Pistone gives interviews about his life as an infiltrate. The Mafia still operates in New York, diminished but not defeated. But Pistone proved something that terrifies them more than any arrest. Their greatest strength, the family bond that holds them together, can become their fatal weakness when that bond is fake. Every handshake, every introduction, every moment of trust now carries the question, is this another Donnie Brasco? In our previous video, The Lufthansa Heist, we explored how the Mafia's greed destroyed them from within. But Donnie Brasco proved something worse. Their loyalty could destroy them too.